We had a knock at our door. My heart jumped because I thought it might be him. Instead, there were some journalists from the Mail on Sunday. They told us that Shaka had been caught in northern Afghanistan and was being held by the Northern Alliance. I felt as though the sky had fallen on me. After this news, I could not talk about how I felt. I was frightened, I withdrew into myself, I couldn't talk to anyone, not even my family.
My name is Dr. Adnan Siddiqui. I'm the spokesperson for Caged Prisoners, which is a campaigning group for the detainees in Guantanamo Bay, but also for the other prisoners in the wider war on terror, in ghost prisons and in black sites that have been mentioned. Basically, the main thing we're concentrating on right now is for these people who are the British, what we call residents, because the British government has managed to release all of the British citizens from Guantanamo Bay, but the most hypocritical situation is that these 9 people who are left behind, these are people who came to this country under asylum and as refugees.
My name's Clara, I'm from the Save Omar Dagayas campaign. The Save Omar Dagayas campaign is a grassroots organisation that started in Brighton, campaigning for the release from Guantanamo Bay of a man called Omar Dagayas, who's a British resident who lived in Brighton and was captured by the Americans and taken to Guantanamo. There are 9 people who didn't have citizenship, but they had homes here. They just had residency status because they were refugees. The British government has for 3 years refused to make representations on behalf of any of those people, including Omar Dagayas. And we know that nobody gets out of Guantanamo by legal means, it's only by political pressure.
I went here to basically represent the Muslims who are locked up in Abu Ghraib, in Guantanamo Bay, and all over the world, and in those places that are unknown to us, and in this country, come to represent them in their times of hardship, try to, show that they stand up for their innocence, because these are innocent people who've been arrested, who've been tortured like animals for no reason whatsoever, with no proof.
And we all stand here today and say, we are here. We are with you, and we will fight until these men get justice, until they get a fair trial, until they come home. Thank you very much.
Reprieve. We represent 40 prisoners in Guantanamo Bay, including all 9 British residents. So the men in Guantanamo Bay, many of them are on hunger strike. They seek a simple thing. They seek justice. Justice is a fair trial. Justice is the opportunity to stand up and defend yourself. And so what the Americans doing, it's not legal. It is against the American Constitution. It is against every single international treaty that is on the books that the U.S. is a member of. And we will fight and fight until they are given justice or they are brought home.
Wolfgang was thrown unceremoniously out of the Labour Party conference for calling British foreign policy nonsense. Well, we think it's nonsense as well, and we would like to welcome Walter to our stand. Thank you.
In the early 1900s, the Americans announced the so-called corollary to the Monroe Doctrine, which gave them the right to interfere in the affairs of South America. But they've now extended this to the whole world and have become a threat to it. That's what Bush's new doctrine means. It's an extension of it, and it cannot be tolerated. And the British government ought to be ashamed of itself if it doesn't stand up to it. And this is why these people are being imprisoned, because power corrupts.
Guantanamo Bay is just disgusting, and it's amazing that nobody's done anything about it yet. So, just keep marching until they do something.
George Bush and Mr. Tony Blair, they decided that the people of the Middle East are not yet complete human being. And they decided to declare war. They wanted to tell us that Muslims, Christians, Jews, they hate each other. I can see that Muslims, non-Muslims, Christians, Jews, left wing, right wing, we are here all together because we are all human beings.